I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where we talk about everything crypto daily. Jumping right into the market today, crypto sideways. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $203 billion. Bitcoin at about $75.44. Real quick, before we jump into this video, I definitely appreciate when you guys hit that like button. Definitely helps me grow the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make these video updates every single day, and I'll continue to do so for as long as I possibly can, right? I love to do this. Like, this is awesome, interacting with you guys. And, definitely always leave a comment in the comment box. I read all the comments. So here's what we were talking about yesterday as far as what Bitcoin potentially is going to do. Now, this is a Bitcoin 1 hour chart zoomed in. And so this is basically the triangle. The price compression is happening right here as we speak. So if we pull the date tool, we find out that in the next 24 hours, we're going to see a move here. Now, the way to trade this is simple. This is a falling wedge. 68% chance that this breaks to the upside at some point. The easy way to trade this is buy the breakout to the upside. That's the cool thing about patterns and buying breakouts is they're relatively safe because you're buying the beginning of the move. Okay, here we are. Bitcoin 1 hour chart zoomed in. We did get that price compression breakout to the upside. 68% chance it happened. Boom. We broke out above the 200 simple moving average. We got this good volume. See this big volume spike? This confirmed the breakout of this pattern. This says, hey, you know why there's volume? It's because everybody else is watching the same exact pattern. You also got the break above the 200 simple, the 21. You got a bullish cross of the 21 and the 200. This is on the hourly chart, right? And so now you've got the 50 looking to cross bullish above the 200. Now the measured move here, this is not Chris made up the number or pick the target. The measured move is 78.50. Right now, Bitcoin is flagging, bull flag on Bitcoin after a breakout, and it's above the moving averages. So potentially we see continuation up to this 78.50 level. This is a Matic setup that I posted in my trading group. I talked to you guys about it too on the channel. Essentially, a setup like this, you got to break out to the upside of a rising wedge, right? Price broke out. That's very bullish. This is not normal. This doesn't happen very often. It's rare. So you want to buy the breakout of this level or buy the retest, right? So that's your setup. So you're looking for a move here, here, or the breakout. That's what you're watching. And so if you look at this little yellow arrow right here, this is a zoomed in version. This is right here. Right here, that's this little yellow arrow. Right? Killing it. Matic's up here at 538 Satoshis. It broke out to the upside of another rising wedge. Matic is up 150% since I posted this setup in my trading group. And I talked to you guys about it, right? So now here we are again. Look at this. We've got a huge multi-month cup. We're getting a lot of these, a lot of good midterm hold setups that I've been posting in the group. And now you're looking for a breakout to the upside of this level. And the potential targets up here are huge. Now, however, if you do get a pullback, buying this pullback, the bottom of the handle potentially is another great entry, potentially even better than this. We don't know if we're going to get that pullback though. Okay, these midterm holds we've seen, Lend, Data, Matic, Vechain. I'm posting setups on all these guys, midterm holds on a ton of them. So this gentleman, he joined the group when he first started in crypto. He had $20,000. It whittled its way down to $8,000, right? He joined the group, he got into Matic Setup, and now he's made back all of his money that he lost previously before joining, and now he's up another 25% as well. So again, all this was posted. He says, I'm a walking billboard for your group. And he made $12,000 in Matic. We put together this group where everybody's working together to trade this market. There's no way I can even watch all the coins on Binance, much less everything that's going on news-wise with this market as well. So he is here. I've got 41 videos in a playlist that'll teach you everything you need to know about trading this market. I post profitable trading setups all the time. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. Remember, you pay crypto, you get a 20% discount if you pay for 6 months. If you pay for the year in cryptocurrency, you get 30% off and an additional month for free. It works out to like $1.33 a day. It's cheap. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. Bitcoin briefly breaks above 7,500 after the SEC approves a Bitcoin fund. This is it. I woke up to this. Hey, man, this is big news. SEC just approves a Bitcoin fund. And then I read what the Bitcoin fund is. Here it is, the Bitcoin Futures Fund. It's going to offer shares to institutional investors. This is huge. These are cash-settled Bitcoin, which don't even matter because they're paper traded. We have a lot of these futures, and they don't probably help the market at all. But the news tries to tie anything to the move that Bitcoin had. Bitcoin price showing hidden signs of reversing. Next target, 8,200. Yeah, I think 8,000 is potentially in the cards, just like it has been. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X hardware wallet, the factory link is in the description. It does support the channel. You can get Ledger backup pack. You get a Nano X and a Nano S for $149, and obviously you give the Nano S away for Christmas. Yesterday, I talked to you guys about just how many Bitcoin are actually lost. How many Bitcoin have just been on these dormant wallets that aren't moving? How many are just people that possibly have passed away, people that have lost laptops? And I said, hey, reach out to me in the comments and we'll talk about it. So shout out to Boz. He says, I was buying $5 Bitcoin in 2012 for party favors on the Silk Road. I had over 300 Bitcoin. I used about 250 of them. The issue was their balance was on the old laptop. So he's got 50 Bitcoin on an old laptop that basically is long gone. So there's a lot of people. This next person stated that they've lost their private keys from the early days. The amount of Bitcoin that is supposedly burnt because, add wallet addresses that we don't have access to, basically, it's burnt Bitcoin, right? When they do these coin burns, they don't really burn the coins. They just have addresses that aren't accessible. Another person stated, I've got a wallet, a hodl wallet, says I haven't touched since 2012. Must be the money. And another wallet since 2011 with lost keys. He bought $500 worth of Bitcoin in 2011, kept it on a flash drive in pocket, wife washes pants, flash drive rendered unrestorable. Listen, you got to have, obviously, you want to keep your private keys safe. Stick them in a safety deposit box. Yeah, there's a ton of this. There's a ton of Bitcoin that's just gone forever because we can't find it, can't access it. It's just burnt. You guys ever heard of these Bitcoin faucets, right? Bitcoin faucets. Like now they're dropping like these little tiny micro payments. Whenever you watch these web pages, just basically paying you to watch these ads, right? Like minute amounts of Bitcoin. But like the first Bitcoin faucets, like you were accumulating, a couple Bitcoin over some days. Just to follow up with this, so there's this Bitcoin flash crash, right? Bitcoin went to $600 on Binance, but this is the USDS stablecoin pair, right? And so I said, hey, did anybody get any of this? And so this person stated, shout out to Crypto Bottom Buyer. He shows his trade history, and here's his buy. He got Bitcoin USDS trading pair at 49.47. So essentially, he made about 50% in a matter of a couple seconds. Pretty good buy order. Here is the worrying truth about China's digital currency. China's digital currency is very fast. China's digital currency is going to offer speeds of 220,000 transactions per second. Bitcoin does about 7. Ethereum does about 13. They've taken the centralized factor for speed, transactions per second, and then they've paired it with DLT technology so that they can basically track every single transaction there is. So they've got high-speed tracking. China, here we go. India's central bank hints that cryptocurrencies will be banned. This is back and forth. India, are they banning it? Are they not? I'll tell you what, they're looking at creating their own cryptocurrency, their own coin, right? Their own national currency. And that potentially is creating a paradigm where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies might be like the outlaws. Like crypto all of a sudden becomes secondary to a lot of these national currencies. And that's where governments take a stand and they say, hey, we want to ban crypto because we want you to use our crypto. Brazil's tax authority fines those who fail to declare Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Again, another government comes out. They basically want to know, they want to tax it, right? So they want to know, hey, where's your money at? Ethereum 2.0 gets Sapphire Testnet Explorer on Etherscan. So this new Testnet Explorer means Ethereum 2.0 could see the light of day. Earlier, than expected. Now they've got more upgrades coming. The launch of Nimbus and Lighthouse testnets are in March and April, respectively. But again, 2.0 is moving forward for Ethereum. Block One's EOS-based Facebook alternative gets a launch date. So again, this is called Voice, and everybody's super hyped about it. And so what's it going to take for people to say, hey, I want to use this instead of something that's faster and more streamlined? And I think the answer is micropayments, incentives. You want to incentivize people with cryptocurrency. Digibyte Founder continues crusade against exchanges. I'm asking you guys, like, does it make exchanges corrupt because they want to get as much money as they can out of these cryptos? Which, I mean, side note is most of these cryptos, that's why they were created, to make somebody rich. You guys know this guy. You guys know Richard Hart, Ian Bellina. Okay, I haven't really looked into Hex a whole lot, right? I've seen a couple things on it, and I've got my opinion, right? But this is more importantly, I want to just show this to you and help you understand that there's money to be made in cryptocurrency, right? And these two guys are a good example.
Tell us, who is Richard Hart?
Sure. I'm a retired serial entrepreneur. I retired in 2003 at the age of 24. I've had a bunch of businesses. My first business was a car stereo store. I started out in my front yard, and then got a storefront, and then learned search engine optimization, sold pay-per-click management, could rank websites on the first page for competitive keywords. I started a mortgage company, had a correspondent lending license, had a miracle cleaner, sex toy store, cash advance loans, which actually I lost money on. It turns out that if you don't have good collections, everyone borrows the money and they don't pay back, and you just lose the money. Okay,
so you can see he says, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Money drives him. Money, is that fair? Is it fair to say that? Money drives him. He had a sex toy shop. He did payday loans and lending. He started a mortgage business. He's done a lot, right? He's done things that make money. Like, that's what drives this gentleman, okay? Something wrong with that. We live in a capitalistic society where money drives people, right? And so this gentleman is driven by money. And so he created this project. It's called Hex. I'm not going to go into that now, but what's his motivation behind Hex? Is he trying to help everybody else get rich? Is he trying to get rich? What drives him behind Hex? And you guys probably could answer this potentially better than I can based on what you know about Hex, okay?
Not that many ways you can make $1 billion in a year, and crypto is one of the few. The founder of XRP was the richest man in the world in 2017, and one of us might be the richest man in the world in 2020. We'll see. And then there's an empty bucket, and people put Ethereum into that bucket. And then if you hold 10% of the Ethereum bucket, you get 10% of the Hex bucket. Then the buckets empty out. Next day, new buckets. You lose your ETH,
I lose my ETH,
and you get Hex.
But who gets the ETH?
You're not supposed to know that.
Okay, then
Tons of economic energy in the form of ETH is going to come into the adoption amplifier. Now, mind you, if you're getting a contract that gets $4 million of economic energy in it per day for 350 days, you're looking at about $1.2 billion. Okay, that's a lot of money. Nice. Whoever holds the keys to that must be a happy dude, right?
I saw the interview where basically another gentleman was asking him, well, who holds the private keys to this Ethereum that's getting collected? Well, I can't answer that, he says. I can't answer that. I can't answer that because it potentially could make this a security. That is maybe a concern that I have is, hey, I can't tell you everything that's going on with this project because it might be a security if I do so. That's what I read from it. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, tell me what you think about this project Hex that Richard Hart is behind. I've gotten a lot of questions about this, and I just kind of want to plant this seed, and I want to hear your feedback. This gentleman's driven by money. Is there a problem with it? Is that? No, I mean, people all the time are successful. We look up to people that are successful and they have money, right? People look up to this gentleman because he's had a good career, and this is another step in his chase to create wealth. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.